everybody. Long time no see. I hope everybody's doing well. I just came here to pop on and see how everyone's been doing and what everyone's been doing that's, productive in their lives, so we can take notes and share information. I have been trying to work on my diet, trying to get my calories under my total energy expenditure, which will be how much energy that I burn in a day. So my total energy expenditure is 1,400 calories. So for me to stay the same weight, I would have to eat 1,400 calories. If I want to lose weight, then I have to eat under the 1,400 calories. Or if you want to gain weight, you'd have to eat above whatever your recommended calories are for the day. So I've been trying to hone in, trying to get my meals no more than 500 calories per meal, and that leaves me a couple hundred calories for snacks. But I usually end up eating too many snacks, and my snacks equal around 400 calories because my weight's not moving, it's staying the same. So what I have to do, I had to come to the realization that I am the one feeding myself. So I've been eliminating at least one snack a night, trying to, chip away slowly instead of making a major change. That can be difficult. And then I've also been looking into lymphatic drainage, which is something can happen in your body where your lymph nodes get clogged, and then the fluid, and even it's full of toxins too. So all these toxins are clogged up in your body, and they can make you not feel well. A lot of times when you're more bottom heavy, that can be a sign of lymphatic drainage issues. Or if you have cellulite, not all cellulite will be related to lymphatic drainage, but some can be. So if you see yourself fluctuating a lot, it could be from your lymph nodes being clogged. So there are different massages that you can do to get your lymph nodes going. 2 will be right here in the neck. That's where you want to start because everything's going to be draining. And then right below your collarbone is another area to massage for your lymphatic drainage. If you think you're retaining a lot of fluid, this could be the issue, is the lymph nodes not draining appropriately and you're holding all that fluid. So that is something that we can do, is massage the major lymph nodes to try to get that fluid moving. And then even after you do some of the, if you do start to drain some of your lymph nodes, if that is the issue, you might feel slightly sick the next day or 2 because those toxins are finally being processed and being taken out of your body. So that's something that I experienced with the first time that I got my lymph nodes moving again. So look up lymphatic massages. It's something real simple that you can do. It won't hurt anything, and that could be potentially your problem, that you're holding a lot of fluid because your lymphatic system is not working appropriately. Then, like I said, the neck here, just a slight massage. Work your way down to your collarbone, kind of in the center of your collarbone, massage underneath, and you can do above just to make sure you're getting the right spot. Then there's one in your abdomen area, and then I'm sorry, I skipped one. There's one also in your underarm, so right where your underarm kind of dips down, and then even in the back in the same area. That is one of your major lymph nodes right there. So you just kind of want to massage first the neck, then the collarbone, and then we'll do here underneath the underarm, and then on the abdomen, like kind of like around your belly button. And there's also one behind the knee. So it's something to consider if maybe you feel like you're holding more weight than you should be. It could be water weight, it could be fluid. So that is something to think about. That's one of my little health things I've been working on recently, is trying to get my body and my lymph nodes in sync. So I tend to, like, sometimes my weight will fluctuate like 5 pounds in a day or two, which is crazy. And I was like, okay, I'm not eating that much. I'm watching what I'm eating. I mean, I'm human. I'm not perfect by any means, but I'm definitely not overeating. And then I can get on the scale the next day and it's 5 pounds heavier. I'm like, what is going on? So that's how I got onto the lymphatic drainage. I was like, it has to be something. And like, I really felt like I was swollen. Like it wasn't new fat on my body. It was just that I felt swollen. So that's something that you can always look into. Like I said, if you think that that might be a problem that is going on in your body, it's not something that was ever really talked about. At least I never caught wind of it. But I mean, that's such a simple thing. So I've been doing my lymphatic massage when I'm in the tub, just to try to hopefully get everything working properly. But do note that if you do start to feel the drainage, sometimes you can even feel it in your throat. It's so weird. Kind of like those facial massages that people do to like remove like fluid packets. Like I have one on this side. It's just moving the fluid out of the face into the lymph nodes. So that's kind of my little health secret that I wanted to share with you guys, just in case anyone else might be struggling with the same issue. And if y'all have any questions, always let me know. I'm happy to answer them, and if I don't have the answer, I am so curious, I'm gonna look it up anyway and share it with you guys. So I hope everyone's doing well. Happy Friday. What's everyone up to for the weekend? Where I live, the weather is absolutely gorgeous. We don't get a whole lot of great weather around here, so we really appreciate the days that we do. It's funny, I work in retail and like everyone was in such a good mood today, like energies were up because the weather is just so nice and beautiful. So we'll probably try to enjoy some of that this weekend. And then we have a wedding to go to, which will be nice with the beautiful weather. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll probably get in the yard a little bit. The only bad news with the good weather means that the grass is growing. Does anyone use like battery powered lawn equipment? We recently got some last year or maybe the year before, but we really enjoy the battery powered stuff. It's a lot more user friendly. You don't have to worry about like gas issues, like when you let a lawnmower sit all winter. A lot of times you'll have carburetor issues or just a lot of things going on. So the battery powered stuff's kind of foolproof, you know, in that aspect. And then you can really only use it for a smaller yard unless you have a ton of batteries. You know, you can always get more batteries, that is an option. But it's also like less strenuous on your body. Like it's not as much vibrating and not quite as hard to push. So I don't know if anyone uses battery powered lawn equipment, but we've really liked it so far. So we'll probably get the lawnmower going and do a little bit of weed eating. Does anyone have any advice for how to keep grass growing out of like a gravel driveway? Because I have a whole army of little weeds coming through, and it just gets hectic every year. It's really hard to treat the way that I'm just using like pesticide, you know, but it gets really hard to treat and it feels like it's unmanageable sometimes. So any advice in that area would be highly appreciated. We've even been looking at like the torches, like the fire, it looks like a flamethrower kinda. But we've been looking into that. Maybe that would be a better option. But yeah, so like I said, I really just hopped on here to talk to you guys about lymphatic drainage. I know I've been kind of MIA for a while. My schedule has been hectic. I'm back full time, so that'll do it to you right there. But I do plan on trying to pop on here more often, share information with you guys. Like I said, we try to share like health secrets, little things that we do to try to improve our health and, you know, the environment that we live in today. All the food is tainted to a certain extent, and we just try to share information how we can be safer and find better products, and working together will make that easier. So previously we've shared that we have gotten off of fluorinated toothpaste because fluoride is toxic to the brain. And call me crazy, but after I cut out the fluoride for an extended period of time, whether it be a couple weeks or a month, my vision improved. All of a sudden, I could see the clock on our stove. I could see the numbers all of a sudden. Like, I could never see them the whole time that we lived in this house. And then I go to I started making my own toothpaste initially. I was just using like baking soda and vitamin E oil and kind of making a paste out of that. But then I moved to like the non-fluorinated toothpaste. I started using Hello, which is made by Colgate. Don't let them fool you. They sure aren't proudly putting their name Colgate on the Hello toothpaste. I've heard that there's still some bad stuff in that particular product. So we've gotten away from that, and now we're using the Burke's Beeswax toothpaste. But I mean, I'm not kidding, guys. Like, my vision improved from not putting that toxin in my body every day. So that's like why we're here, you know, is to share knowledge and to gain valuable knowledge. It's hard, good knowledge and good products. That was our first little adventure. And then I did go to school for dietetics, so I do like to share a lot of like diet advice on here and interesting information that I've learned throughout the years in school. Like, whenever you're in the produce section, you always want to pick from like a variety of colors. Every different color has different nutrients. So if you're trying to get a well-balanced diet and you want to not be deficient in any nutrient, then a variety of color is very important when you're in the produce section, because that's where a lot of your good nutrition is going to come from, is the produce section. So you don't want to buy all yellow or all green. We love the yellow stuff, so we try to add, you know, another color into our produce so we're not deficient in one vitamin and maybe potentially excess of another. And then we've also gone over each vitamin and mineral and talked about what it does in the body and what a deficiency can do and just like everything about it, so we could maybe label things that might be going on with our body from a nutrient deficiency. Like today, I woke up this morning and I had a little headache. No big deal. But speaking of trying to keep your body clean, I haven't taken Tylenol in over a year. So I went get myself a nutritional tea. They're called loaded teas, and they have caffeine, vitamins, minerals, and like tea extract. Well, after I drank about half my tea, my headache's gone. I know caffeine helps with headaches, so that probably was a contributing factor. But then it could have been the vitamins and minerals as well. You know, like having a deficiency in one vitamin and mineral can cause 1,000 different issues in the body. So that's why proper nutrition is so important. It's the foundation to our health. You know, they're not really kidding when they say you are what you eat. Like, your health status will reflect what you eat, and you have to be responsible and just grab the reins and do the right thing. We're not going to be perfect, but we have to try to stay on the horse as much as possible, and if we fall off, we have to get back on. But that's kind of what we do here, is we try to share information. So if you have any tips and tricks on ways that you try to keep yourself healthier, and ways that we can educate each other to be better, that's what we'll be doing on here when we gather on the lives. So, but I really missed everyone. I haven't been here in probably months, you know. Sometimes life will just get away from you like that. You know how that is. But if you're interested in this kind of information and this kind of content, make sure you go and follow us. I try to bring all different type of information out. You know, it's not exclusively just nutrition. I make handmade hula hoops, adult size hula hoops, and I sell them on Etsy, and I also have a website, idreamofhoops.com.co, but we do have a lot of information on hula hooping and how to stay active with your hula hoop regardless of your age or even any ailment that you might have. Hula hooping is totally customizable, and you can make it low impact, you can make it high impact. You can really cater it to your needs, and say you have like a weak spot on your body, whether it be an ankle or, you know, just whatever. You can work around that and make a workout that works for you that won't aggravate your injury, because so many of us do that. We re-aggravate an injury that we've had from trying to work out. And hooping really, like I tell people all the time, if you stick with it, you don't even have to be good at it. You just have to be consistent. Consistency is the most important thing. But it's kind of like Dancing with the Stars. You know, everyone who goes on Dancing with the Stars, they end up like tightening up, and like their bodies just look better and healthier, and they look just healthier and happier. That's what the hula hoop workout will do for you. It's full body. You'll be doing a full body workout and not even realizing it. It's going to tone your arms. It's going to improve your midsection, and even your legs, because you're standing, and there's a million tricks that you can learn. So that's something we also share information on, and I like to share a little bit of our traveling as well. So if you're interested, like I said, in that type of stuff and exploring new ways to get healthy, then like I said, give us a follow, and we appreciate you guys. I always appreciate everyone like just giving me your time, because that is very valuable. So thank you guys. I hope you all have a great weekend, and I will catch y'all on the next